These fights, breakup, makeup. In fact, I thought that this fight was going to be the height of it all. I never believed Guluva would go back to Ashley's bed. Well, these people really kept us awake last night and they made my night. Well, you're back onto another beautiful update. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Before I go into all of that gist, let me tell you what happened at the party. It was actually beautiful. Can you spot the housemates walking the wrong way? Well, the DJ, I would give her a 60. Yeah, but the only thing is that she was just vibing to her music, dancing, and it was all fun. So the housemates literally had fun. They were dressed as South African musicians. Each of the housemates were dressed as. So when you look at them, I'm not going to go ahead and start mentioning the names of the musicians they were dressed in, but they were dressed as the South African musicians, looking good in their different attire, and they really nailed it. So the Saturday night party went so well. Of course, you guys know how it is. Everybody mustn't be with their partner. People move around, dance with anybody you so wish. At least I watched from beginning to end. Ashley danced with Lusuko, Uyanda, Tyrone, like quite a lot, how it is, move here, move there. So I never believed something was going to happen after the whole part because I know they literally had fun. And the housemates that are up for possible eviction, especially Gugu. Whoa, Gugu was dancing at it as if it was her last day in Biggie's house. Literally, they had fun. Though one might say the DJ was boring, to me, it mustn't really be all the time. Sometimes they take, R&B, sometimes they take hip hop, sometimes it could be piano, but at the end of it, so let it be that this housemates actually had fun. So guys, after the party, if I some people were marking territories, like Nate was always with BK. In fact, I didn't even get to see BK and Mshini's time at the party, but I think at some point it just a little bit. It was not that much, but Nate was always with BK. So the whole thing went on well. I could tell you guys, it went on so well. Everybody literally had fun. But I perceived that okay, something happened at the party. While Ashley was dancing with who was that person? Was it Uyanda? Somebody was there when Guluva called her. You can come, like probably he wasn't really get comfortable with it. So if anybody's saying the fight wasn't because of Ashley was dancing with people, it's also contributed. It's also part of it because there was somebody she wanted. I can't remember the person. I can't remember who that person was. I just did this time for her to call me immediately, and she stayed close to her. So coming back to the house, they had shared the what were they even eating? Is it meat pie or some of these pastries? So they had shared it for them to eat. They were going to in turns to collect theirs. So there were Guluva and Ashley at the table, guys. And what I was hearing was, hey, what have you? What's going on here? Now it happened that Ashley had complained that she had her makeup done for quite some time. Yesterday, Sweet all really worked so hard. If you looked at the male housemates, you see that all of them are looking very fine, very dapper. Yeah, that was Sweet. He had to give them that very beautiful haircut. Even in fact, Muzite and Buzi, you guys saw him with his own. Yeah, so it was actually they were actually looking very good. So he was literally very, 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 very busy. Very, very busy. Now, when they had come, when they started with the conversation, Ashley was like, you didn't stay by me, you didn't there with me. I said, it took you almost like 7 hours to get your makeup done. You don't expect me to stand at a place for 7 hours. How about you at the party? You were dancing with the song. He said, what of him? Was he not dancing with him, Shini? Or I don't know. I think Shini touched him. Or I can't remember how that whole thing happened. Shini is doing these things intentionally, okay? Because I don't see reason for you being with BK. And there was a time, there was this whispering. BK likes whispering. If only at that party yesterday, he whispered with this person. He likes whispering. There was something he was telling Guluva then. I don't really know who about, if it's a Shini or whatever. So I guess it could be because I know that both of them had talked about the Shini, how they are not going to be stepdad and all of that. So Ashley was like, "Peace, how are you?" That thing lets you, and I wouldn't call it a heated altercation. No, it led to an argument, and Ashley walked out on Guluva. And he just stood there. Sometimes somebody like is your own that you've trusted walk out on you. At times it makes you look so small. So he was just there. Next thing, Ashley, wearing up change and went to speak to Melina. Meanwhile, Uyanda was there with his own. I don't know. I'm going to come to Uyanda. I'm going to come to Uyanda because right now people are saying, how can you be the one to stir the pot and you come back to act like the victim? So I think Melino had advised her to, go meet him, talk to him, kind of like be submissive and all of that. And she was saying that she had intended to go back to her ex, and it seems the ex is toxic. But then before she started up this with sweet Gulova, that was her first initial intent. She also spoke with Sefali. Now I'm going to come to the friendship between Sefali, Melino, Uyanda and Ashley. Yeah, people are going to say that okay, Ashley is being insecure. Why do you think you can mix up talk with the other guys, but once Sweet Gulliver does that, you feel. Then she was, talking to Sifa Lee, though they were actually talking about Mata, how Mata, is kind of like doesn't, vibe with her, talk to her because of him, and that is why she's kind of like distancing herself, you know. Then Sifa was like, he's not even going to like date anyone there in the house. Even when Ashley had moved to another bed, when Mata came, Saif Ali just followed her. You could see that, yeah, Saif Ali actually likes Ashley, but it may just be on a friend. I've been seeing lately, they say Saif Ali likes FSK. In that house, you can't just conclude on anything just because people had a conversation one, two, three, four times and you conclude. Okay, so but me, I didn't get to hear, guys. I was sleepy. I didn't get to hear anytime she mentioned about. The only time was when Sefali, yeah, okay, you mentioned about her and Sweet Guluva, and she's still saying some things. I guess I didn't really pick whatever she said if she had talked about Sweet Guluva, but I know she talked about Martha, and even Martha walked in while they were talking about that. So the advice Melino gave her, just is normal good advice you would give anyone. But to me, sometimes some of these things are needed because if I begin to say what is on my mind, some people may not really like it, but the truth be told, and I have to say that's my own take. Now, in this relationship, let me tell you people what exactly is going on here. Initially, I think it was sweet Guluva all over. There is something that happens in a relationship. They said, allow a man to love you while you grow to love him. If you're a woman, you have to allow the man, let him be the one to love you while you grow to love him. Because if you are the one loving a man and him growing to love you, it's not always okay because you will always be at the receiving end. And there is one thing with me, once they find out that you actually, you know, you're really, really into them, that's the when they tend to misbehave. At some points I felt that it was higher. At some point I felt that it was higher with Ashley or with Guluva. But with time, we still see that it was as if Ashley was deeper into it and was showing it more. In fact, there was a time I watched something. I think she was trying to hold the hand. She was removing the hand. I can't remember where that thing happened. Outside, I think outside in the garden. And one time she said something, say you're being rude. They said, me rude. Even me, sometimes I was like, you see why sometimes it's not good for you to showcase more. So me on my own, I was even thinking, if you're showing so much, that means to me, I would want everybody to not that you're separating, but sometimes there are things that make relationships stronger, cement it. Just give yourself space, vibe with others for some time. I never expected Gulliver to go back to the bed last night. So while I never expected that. Okay. But another thing that is on my mind I want to tell you. You see, if it wasn't that Ashley was with Sweet, if Sweet hadn't stepped in, Ashley would have gladly been with Sepali. Quote me anywhere if you like. just I don't know what I'm going to say, but this is exactly how I'm seeing it as an adult, somebody who has had experience, somebody who when you watch people, you watch the body language, you watch whatever. If not that, she has been with Guluva and he has been absolutely nice. He has been nothing than nice. She would have. And the other time, she was speaking to Uyanda, I got your back. So these are people. When you say Uyanda, Sepali, and Melino, I think they are her people. But on the other hand, Ashley needs to also, you know, pipe down a bit and allow Sweet Guluva also to mingle with others. Don't feel sad when you see him talking with others because you are also doing the same thing. So if you can be comfortable, you're lying down, Sifali is sitting down, you are vibing, then you should also be comfortable if he's talking with him Shini. Nobody should come for me, guys. I'm just telling you the way it is because insecurity does a lot. Especially in a relationship. So later Ashley went to bed. Okay, she had even asked Melina to make her a cup of coffee, which she did. Later she went to bed. She didn't really heed to his advice, or later she heard because finally they made up. That's finally though. So prior to then, they were having a conversation. All of them were seated there. But if you look at Gulliver's face, you know that he was not even in that conversation. Like he wasn't there. Whatever they are saying is not even entering his ears because he was lost in thoughts. Probably he's thinking about a lot of things. If you actually watched Stayed Up Late, Mandy, and there were lots of them on that particular round table. So later, the camera moved to, okay, that was Nshini and Ned talking, laughing. Nshini will always want to do something to trigger Ashley because they know that Ashley is easily angered. So, that has been provocative when people know that this person is easily angered. So they want to do something to trigger you. But I thank God she's learning and trying to, pipe down a bit. So later the camera moves to Ashley where she is sleeping with one eyes open. If she hears noise, she just open her eyes. And I'm like, oh, your mind is somewhere else. Your mind is far away. Or probably you're just guessing, when is Gulliver going to come? When is he going to come here? Because if you actually watched it, you will see that noise. She open her eyes, listen, watch, look around. So later, Uguluva walked in, sat down. When walked in, she acted like she was sleeping, but when he sat down, she just opened her eyes so that he wasn't steady again. So that one just had to just pull his shorts he was wearing, came in from the party, the shorts he was wearing, and then just entered and slept. So later they were having because later Biggie, we weren't hearing what they were saying though, because Biggie had called that this is a microphone infringement warning, and that was when they adjusted the microphone. And they were talking to Chacha. But there was a time Ashley was like, don't worry, you will know me, you'll get to see, because definitely you'll see my parents, you see people around me, oh my friend, you ask questions, I don't know. And this Yona bullying and he just left. I wanted to hear maybe the way I am, you see my parents, you see where I'm from, you see my friends, for you to get to know and all of that. But later they now cemented it's a KISS, and it was all vibes, and everybody went to bed. Guys, they literally kept their shippers awake. They literally kept, it's a normal thing for people to fight, even in relationships. It makes it stronger. It makes each and every one of you know your lapses, know where it needs to be corrected. Like she said something that not even in the house, outside the house. So we can't wait for the post show. Let's see how it's going to be. So many people are saying a lot of things. Not going to. Ashley was using him. Ashley was it. To me, I feel that if at times you have the person you want and the person you have, okay, it may be that if, let's say, if Guluva wasn't there, I believe Ashley would have vibed with Sef Ali. And I think Sef Ali too might be hot tempered, but Guluva, on another hand, is a proper Zulu man. I think he's a very strict person. If you for these 3 weeks that I've been watching, looking at him, even the way he's a very strict person, and I think he's someone who is really, really deep in all this. He doesn't take all these cultural beliefs and values. He doesn't take it light, like it's always very serious. Because sometimes when you listen to the conversation, you say, no, my children will speak this, my dad, they talk about family a lot, they talk about literally a lot of things, but it's fine. People thought probably Gulliver would have gone up on Ashley's bed to sleep, but he still joined, and I believe everything will be fine. So let me know your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comment section. As for Uyanda and the fight, we are coming to that. A lot of things too. Before the party started, Nsuku was telling BK about net. There are so many G's I'm going to give you guys today. Make sure go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Happy Sunday to you guys, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.